Hi, welcome to Open Door Yoga. My name is Michelle, and this is part 3 of my 3-part beginner yoga series. If you've been with me through parts 1 and part 2, congratulations, you're in the home stretch. Like we did throughout this entire series, beginner yoga practices, you don't need any props. However, if you are finding that this stack of blankets or stack of household towels has been helpful to you, as we have in the previous couple videos, feel free to keep them close. You may want to use them again today. With that being said, take your time, get set up, then let's get started. We're going to start today's practice just a little differently than we did for part 1 and part 2, in that we're going to start in hero's pose or virasana. And so if you're seated like I am in easy seat Sukhasana pose, you are welcome to stay here. However, if you'd like to join me, shift on over to your knees, bringing your knees to touch, your toe mounds to touch, and then allow your sitting bones to come to this little pocket that's created between your ankles. And now many of you may notice that this does not feel good in your body, whether you have some discomfort or arthritis in your knees, or if you're just feeling kind of tight in your quads and your hips and your back. So you do have options. That easy seat pose is always available to you if you'd like to use it. Or you can bring your knees, your feet a little bit wider, grab your stack of blankets, bring it under your sitting bones. So you can sit up as high as you need to bring some of that stress out of your knees, out of your hips, out of the fronts of the tops of your legs. So take a minute to get settled, find the pose that feels best in your body for today, and then bring your hands to heart center. Now, you are welcome to stick with one of the 2 intentions that we've used in previous practices. As a reminder, you could be, one of those was to be present, and one of those was to listen to your body. You're also welcome to come up with your own intention if you'd like to do so. If you're looking for a little guidance, maybe consider for today's practice to reconnect. So one of the things that can be challenging, even as we're listening to our body, is bringing it all together. Our physical body, our emotional body, energetic body, mental body, spiritual body, getting everything in unison. It's a challenge. And today we're going to gently practice, mostly by just trying to connect our breath with the physical movement of our body. That can be a great gateway towards that ultimate goal of unifying everything. So for today, let's reconnect. You can release your hands down by your sides, and we're going to start by opening up our shoulders, opening up our neck, and moving at the pace of our breath. So inhale, sweep your arms up and overhead. Maybe send your gaze up, maybe keep it neutral. And exhale, allow those hands to fall gently back down to the earth. Inhale, sweep it up and overhead. And exhale, lower. If you are taking that neck option and you're lifting your gaze up past those fingertips on your inhale, exhale, maybe tuck your chin in towards your chest on your exhales. Just take one more here, matching our movement with the pace of our breath. And then we're going to release our hands down to the mat. Come into our hands and knees posture. So shoulders over wrists, ears over shoulders. And from here, I will invite you to tuck your toes or leave them untucked. We're going to start with some classic cat-cow transitions. So on your next breath in, lift your sitting bones. And as your belly drops, pull your shoulders back, allow your gaze to lift. This is our BT-lasana or cow pose. Exhale, round through your spine, press away from the earth, scoop in your belly, gaze drops, Marjarasana cat. Now flow with your breath. Inhale, sending you into cow pose, and exhale, sending you into cat pose. Movement is starting at our tailbone for either pose. And we're moving like a wave would move in the ocean all the way up our spine, up to the crown of our head. One more time through cow and one more time through cat. And then come back to our neutral tabletop spine. From here, we're going to warm up our core just a bit. So tuck your toes if they're not tucked already. Really ground down through the thumb and index side finger of your hands. Press your belly button in towards your spine and find that engagement. Use that engagement to support your low back as you lift your knees just an inch or two off the mat, or hover for 3 full breaths in and out, in and out. One more breath in. Exhale, release those knees. We'll just do that one more time. So take any gentle movement that feels good. Find that center again. Engage through the core, and then lift those knees for just 3 breaths. Full inhales, full exhales. Try your best not to lose that connection with your breath as your body starts to work just a little bit harder. One more breath in, you've got this. Exhale, release your knees. Take it back to that hero's pose if you'd like, or any comfortable seat. And we're just gonna stretch out those wrists for a second. As you practice yoga and can hold a little bit more weight in your core, the amount of weight that you press down through your wrists will get easier. But I know when you're just getting started, it can be hard. So take your time, roll out those wrists, give yourself a break. And now what we're gonna do is shift our way into gate pose. You guys don't have to turn your bodies at all. I just want you to see me better. So I'm gonna turn to face the long edge of my mat. And from here, send your right foot out to the side. So see if you can get the sole of your foot down towards the earth, toes pointed forwards, and then walk on up to a nice tall spine. Breathe in here. Exhale, feel grounded. Engage through your legs to feel stability, some support. Then inhale, send your left arm up and over, lifting up and over that waist. Right hand's light on the outside of your right leg. Breathe into that left side body. Gaze can be up at the ceiling, or it can be neutral or down if that feels better in your neck. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale, plant that left hand towards the center of your face almost. And then open up to the right side of the room. Full breath in and out. Inhale, unwind. Exhale, open up to the opposite side. And you might not go as far on this side, that's okay. Your next inhale, unwind. And from here, I invite you to send your sitting bones back towards your left heel, stretching your arms out in front of you. And you might not be able to come down very far. Maybe we're just shifting our feet back, or hips back slightly. That's okay. Find what feels good in your body for just one more breath in and out. And then inhale, slowly make your way back up to your upright position. From here, gently put your hands down just enough to bring that right knee in And send your left leg out to the side. Get situated. Your foot is gonna be about in line with your knee. And then inhale, rise on up. Get situated here. Bring a little bit of engagement to that core. Pull those shoulders down and back. And then inhale, sweep that right arm up and overhead. We're gonna hinge to the left. So this is our gate pose posture. If this feels like a lot of stretching, especially keeping those hips stacked over the knee, you can slowly guide that left hand as high up as you need to for this to feel comfortable in your body. Inhale, rise on up. Exhale, plant the right hand. Inhale, reach the crown of your head away from your sitting bones. And exhale, twist open to the left. Your gaze can lift. Take a couple breaths here. Then inhale, unwind, plant your left hand. And then open up to the right. And again, this side might not go as far as the other side. That's okay. Inhale, unwind, and find your fold. So send your hips back as far as they're able to go. Extend your arms in front of you. And remember, there's a lot of spots here in between your upright seat and a fully lowered seat that you can choose from. So find what feels good. If you've lowered, inhale, rise back up to your flat back. Step your left knee in, cross at the ankles, and we're gonna make our way into a seat just for a moment. From our seat, we're gonna turn to face the short edge, only if you've turned with me, otherwise you're already facing the front short edge of your mat. Plant your feet, the soles of your feet on the earth, knees shine upwards. Slowly lower down to the ground. So you can bring your forearms down, your elbows, your hands to support your body as you lower all the way down onto the earth. From here, grab your pillow, your blanket, if you have one. You can bring it under your head so that your shoulders are still grounded, but maybe your head has a little bit of a cushion. From here, walk your knees up a little bit higher as you bring your heels towards your sitting bones, and then let your knees fall open to the side, soles of your feet to touch. This is a supine Baddha Konasana or bound angle posture. If you'd like, you can play with the distance of your heels from your sitting bones until you find what feels really comfortable in your body. Hands can come out to the sides, or maybe to a comfortable spot on your belly or your chest. If you lost that connection with your breath, no worries. Take a moment to reconnect. I invite you to stay here if this position feels really good in your hips and your low back. Otherwise, we're going to make our way to a more typical Shavasana pose. And what that looks like is extending your legs long and out a little bit wider. If you have a yoga mat, almost to like the width of your yoga mat, and then letting your feet fall out towards the side. So your toes are going to fall heavy. From here, your hands can stay where they are, or maybe we bring them out to the sides, palms up. Close down your gaze. Relax through the inner linings of your legs. Relax your abdominals. Allow your back to fall heavy into the earth, as well as your arms and the backs of your hands. Release the tongue away from the roof of the mouth and any tension that you're feeling in your jaw. Allow your eyes to hang heavy. Release any tension in your cheeks, your neck, maybe the space between your eyebrows. I invite you to stay here as long as this posture serves you to rest, to assimilate all of the energetic benefits of the practice that you just participated in. This is the most important posture to any yoga class, and I hope you bring this with you as you develop your home program or even studio practice. Thank you so much for joining me for this beginner yoga series. I hope you had as much fun as I did. Enjoy the rest of your day. Namaste.